just keep on. Okay, here's going to be the second and third graders. All right, and this is, I'm showing you this because this takes a little bit. They're going to be doing a symmetry activity. Kind of looks like this. All right, so you're going to explain what symmetry is, but this is basically how this goes. They're going to take a large piece of paper like this. They're going to fold it in half. And this should probably be something kind of like canvas art where they're doing it as you're doing it, because there's a few technical steps at the beginning. All right, now they're going to draw half of a butterfly, and they really need to utilize the paper. So they're going to, and they're going to use pencil, okay? They're going to kind of do this part of the butterfly, and then kind of go in towards from the center, and they'll come out, and they're going to kind of do like the letter M. So they're going to kind of come out like this. Maybe almost like a heart, you can explain it, and then kind of come out like this and come back in. Okay, and then they'll take a line from this part all the way in like this. Okay, and then they're gonna decorate with different types of lines. So you can do a line activity review with them too. So that they're gonna actually be able to do different types of like lines. Like so. Okay, and then oh, we'll do a little antenna here. Okay, now here's the important part. Before they do anything else, they're gonna take one of those Sharpies that I got you the other week, and they're gonna trace exactly what they've done with a Sharpie, and really encourage them. Like, that's why I would do it with them, so that they don't get too crazy with the decorating of the wings. And then they're going to trace everything they've done in pencil. Okay, they're going to trace it with the Sharpie, which you can see my Sharpie's getting ready to die. Okay, and they're going to trace every single line they did carefully with a Sharpie. Okay, now once that's done, they're going to flip the paper over, and if they've done it correctly, which my lighting here really stinks, they're going to be able to see, as you can see, the other side showing through. Okay, now here's what they're going to do here. They're going to take a pencil on the other side. They're going to take a pencil and they're going to trace over, and I'm kind of doing it like this because my lighting here is not very good. And my Sharpie isn't very good. But they're going to literally trace. It's so funny, the other one is so much better. The exact thing that they drew, which is showing through already. And they're going to use pencil just in case they mess up. Okay. Then they're going to go over that with a Sharpie, which theirs will look better because they will be able to keep their paper flat. And the reason they're having to do it this way is to create that line of symmetry, because we want both sides of their butterfly to look exactly the same. So they will also trace everything on this side. Now here's where it gets kind of complicated. Here's why I'm showing you this like this. Because when you open it up, you're going to see, oh, it did work out. Oh, I know why it didn't work out on mine, because I folded it this way to see it better. Okay, well, on the one, let me explain this, Emily. On the one I did, so that I could see through it better, after I had traced one side, I turned it in like this and traced the other side, so it was darker, so the lines were darker, so I saw them better. And then when I opened it, I had one I had one trace on one side and one on the other, so then I had to go back over the other side with Sharpie. So as you can see, this one has half of a butterfly on the back, which is not a big deal because it matches up with the outline on the front. So that's basically why I'm showing you this. Now, then they have to take black crayon. They're gonna have to take black crayon, which I only have blue, sorry. They're gonna take black crayon, they're gonna have to trace over the black marker with black crayon. Black crayon does not show through this type of paper very well. So that's why we used marker, but they'll trace over everything. This will really help the second and third graders with their tracing. So they trace over all their lines with black crayon. And they'll do the whole entire butterfly like that. And now, and this is very important because the whole idea of this is to create the same exact thing on both sides of their butterfly. So whatever color, I'm slopping it up, sorry, you get the idea. Now, they're gonna use watercolors. Now, whatever color they do here, they have to do here. So you might even recommend they take a little, like if I'm gonna do this yellow, then I should do this yellow. And then you might recommend they you know, if I'm doing this orange, I have to match up, I have to do that orange. Just so they don't accidentally mess up. So if this part of the wing is orange, then I have to make sure that I am matching that exactly on the other side. Or else it's not symmetry. And you can discuss how the human body is symmetrical. You can discuss how leaves are symmetrical. Show different pictures of butterflies. I can actually attach some of those in your lesson plan if you need me to. So this is going to be yellow, and that means this side is going to be yellow too. And of course, we're not going to do it this fast and sloppy, but you know, etc., etc. If they want to do the whole middle part with black crayon, they can. If they want to use watercolors for that, they can. At any rate, then their entire, and it shouldn't bleed. It should not bleed through because the crayon prevents the watercolors from blending. And that's the idea. But then you want them to do the background. Now with their background, they can blend. With the background, they can create and of course, using water in between the colors helps blend them. Or if they would prefer, they could do the entire background one solid color. Perhaps they prefer to do that. And that's fine too. This is where they can be a little more creative. And so the whole background should get painted. And then we can frame their art also. And it can either happen in the class or the next day, but we can frame theirs too. So just in case you run into this situation, if the kids are tracing, I'll just do a heart for example. If the kids are tracing like this, okay, and if they flip it over and they can't see it on the other side, if they fold it the other way like this, they can actually see it more clearly. But then when they open it, you've got one on one side and one on the other. So they're gonna have to go back over the opposite side. It really just depends on the lighting at the school and how clear it is for them to see through with their black Sharpies. Now their black Sharpies are brand new, so they shouldn't be drying out like mine is. But if they do have trouble, you know, you can work with that. But both sides, don't let them free draw the other side of it. That's not the idea. So if you have any questions, let me know. But both classes are doing Crayon Resist. Second and third are doing butterflies. K and 1 are doing helping hands. So there it is.